All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Delusional Fan with Geraghty and McCloud. Chris Geraghty, Ryan McCloud here. We also want to remind you folks, if you do like or dislike anything we're saying here, to join us on social media. Let us know what you think. Give us topics. We're going to do the top 5 later. We want to know what you think your best top 5s are. Give us ideas for our best top 5s. Even just give us ideas for what you want to hear us talk about on the show. We've got our own Facebook page, The Delusional Fan with Geraghty McCloud. We've got our own Twitter page, at The Delusional Fan 1. So make sure you join us both on there. We'd love to get your likes and hear what you had to say about the show, all 10, 11, 12 of you that are listening. So make sure you catch us on social media, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
give us a shout.
Give us a shout. We'll both answer you back anytime. We're going to be as active as we can on those. Next topic I really wanted to get into is something that really pissed me off the other day, and it was Stephen A. Smith, who... I know that he's on TV to be annoying. I understand that.
Right.
I understand the whole first take dynamic.
It's all conflict, right?
Which they're losing Skip, and that'll be interesting. But
I was going to say, really quick, that I feel like he said this. He's got to start some controversy, stir the pot a little bit because he's losing Skip. So, you know.
I don't know if that was it, because they don't even talk about baseball on that show.
Right, that's what I mean. I just kind of like, he just throwing this dart out there, right?
But, I mean... Yeah, I don't know. Stephen A. Smith sometimes. I think if you go look into Skip's history and Stephen's history, they're both excellent sports journalists that have really cut their teeth in the industry and done some great work.
For years.
And now they're on this show acting the fool, in my opinion. So,
dude, ratings. It is what
ratings,
it is.
Ratings.
It is what it is.
They brought up Jake Arrieta's name and PEDs together. And Stephen A. did his normal, well, I'm not saying he did it, but... I'm not saying he didn't.
He moonwalked back a little bit.
Stupidest crap I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, right.
Has he popped hot for anything, Jake Arrieta?
No.
Then he hasn't done anything.
Well,
it drives me.
Right. Well, and all you're doing is like putting a cloud over something that we've never seen before, something amazing. And yeah, go ahead.
No, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. Now, are PEDs an issue in sports? Of course they are. How much do people care about them? I don't think as much.
Look, baseball's good right now. I think baseball, I mean, maybe it's because the Cubs are killing it, but baseball, I think as a whole, as a product, minus things like, you know, I know you're an avid believer in getting human error out of the game. And so, like, minus things like that, of course, baseball is by far behind compared to the other sports. And so other than that, though, I'm saying, like, you know, it can give me numbers like runs are down and things like that, but baseball's always just been baseball. I don't see the major difference here. Without PEDs. 6 Major League Baseball players this year already suspended for PEDs. One of them has already gotten a lifetime ban. Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
Not one of them is named Jake Arrieta. So keep his name out of your mouth.
So check this out. Check this out.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're going to give me Arrieta stats.
Well, no, these are just, I just... got these are just like the craziest statistics. It's not just, you know, his ERA and things like.
Yeah, go.
Okay, 2 no-hitters in the last 24 starts. Hey, that's as many losses as he has in the last 24 starts.
Can I stop you there?
What is that?
Yeah, but how many strikeouts in those no-hitters?
I don't know.
The last no-hitter, the one he just threw, was 6 strikeouts.
In between those two no-hitters.
No.
Okay.
In the no-hitter.
Right.
It's only 6 strikeouts in the last one.
Okay, right.
He throws ground balls.
Right.
Okay? It's not like these hitters aren't making contact. He's blowing the ball by everybody, Clemens style.
Yeah, he's smart.
He's a placement pitcher that throws mid-90s. 94 is what he usually averages. 94, 95. I've seen him get up to 96 at most. But it's placement. He lives his life in the corners.
Yep.
He's really good at it. So, again, even though there are 2 no-hitters, he's throwing ground balls. But, okay, keep going.
Since last year, 39 starts, 3 earned runs. That 1 earned run in 24 of those.
Is that right?
I swear on my life. Dude,
No.
I swear.
No. That can't be right.
No?
No. Can't be.
Did I mishear that then?
He had an earned run in his last start.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. So, like, yeah, maybe I'll have to go double check.
Not his last start. He had 0 the start before.
This is just coming. I mean, this is just ESPN Tim Kirchin.
Keep going with stats. I want to look this up.
Okay, cool. So he's hit 3 home runs in this same time frame, he's hit 3 home runs, and he's allowed 4 home runs in that same stretch. He has almost as many home runs himself as he's allowed home runs in that same stretch.
I do know that because he's given up 2 home runs this year, and he's already hit one.
They get goofier.
Yeah.
It's 4 shutouts since last year. That's as many as the Yankees have had in that same stretch. Where's the other one? The last one is the best one. Well, I guess the other one that they said, PV lost 8 straight roads. Oh no, PV has lost 8 straight. He lost 8 straight road starts. Arietta hasn't lost one. So in a calendar year, he hasn't lost 1 road game, 1 road start.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this stretch is historic. It's the best we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And this is my point of giving these numbers and giving some of these stats is, of course, people are going to question it.
Yeah.
It's baseball. It's staying the sport forever, and it's always going to. And people are just going to question when things like this happen. When historic runs happen.
Okay, you're a Cub fan.
Yeah.
You're almost as rabid a Cub fan as I am. Give me a percentage. What do you think? You think he's using something?
That's a good question. Dude, I guess there is always going to be a chance. 5%.
I remember the Rafael Palmeiro Congress thing.
Yeah.
Pointing his finger, shaming the morons up in that stage.
Deny.
Even had baseball in front of Congress anyways. But I get it. I remember Roger Clemens doing. I remember Mark McGwire doing the same thing. And of course, all later proven to do it. Now, if there's one thing I believe in, it's innocent until proven guilty. And I understand that Arietta's numbers are video game ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But I also am an avid Cubs fan and have watched Arietta for the last few years. And if you go back to his Oriole days, his velocity hasn't changed.
Okay.
So it's not like it's not like he was throwing Maddox
getting this power
85 to 89.
Yeah, right.
He's always thrown the same velocity.
Mm-hmm.
His body in the majors has been very similar. Now, when you go look at college, he looked like a kid, but he's a man now.
Everybody does.
Right.
Yeah.
His body's been very similar. He's always been a hard worker. The one difference you see, and this is the difference he always talks about, is he changed his delivery to throw cross body. He said the guys in the Orioles didn't want him to do that.
Okay.
They came up with a delivery that he had, kind of more of a straight on over the top delivery, where now he hides the ball and throws across his body.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since he switched to his own delivery after his last stint in the minors, he's been lights out.
Best we've ever seen.
Not ever, but close.
In this stretch, best we've ever seen.
It is, yeah, it's ridiculous. So
I truly, that is not just being the fanboy here. It's the best we've ever seen in that stretch.
Here's the other thing.
Nobody's ever done this.
Is he jacked? Yes. The guy obviously is a workout freak. He's a gym rat.
Yes. Well, yeah.
He throws heat. Fine. He hits home runs.
And going into what you just touched on with there wasn't this ridiculous power that has been unleashed in recent, in the last year or so. A lot of times the PEDs are, as you know, for recovery and things like that. And so a lot of times it's not just going to be the Barry Bonds, blown up head type, where you can physically see there's something wrong with this person.
Right. His body
changed
while he was a man.
Yes, yeah. Exactly.
I get it.
Right.
Well, in another thing that you can tell, to me, the body, but also an argument, I guess, against how big he is. And D. Gordon, who just got busted and suspended 80 games, is a skinny, fast little guy.
Again, right. This isn't like how it used to be where guys just are blowing up. It could be a number of things.
3 of the guys banned were pitchers. So obviously pitchers are known to use arguably one of the greatest pitchers of all time, aside from PED uses Roger Clemens. We brought him up earlier. And he was obviously using... He might not even get into the Hall of Fame because of that, which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Now, this is where my hypocrisy kind of comes in a little bit. I don't want Arietta to be on PEDs. I really don't. Because I don't want people to talk smack about what he's doing. But I also am one of those fans that really don't care. My favorite baseball player of all time, because of the way he played. I think he's the greatest baseball I have physically ever seen play. It was Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. He's your favorite player of all time?
It's not my favorite. Okay, I shouldn't say. He's the best player I've ever seen play.
Yeah, right.
My favorite player of all time is Ryan Sandberg. You should probably see. My second favorite player of all time is Andre Dawson. So, but the best player I've ever seen play is Barry Bonds, and it's not close. And it's only because I never got to see Babe Ruth play baseball.
Right, and yes, yep. Look, I agree. What he did again in that stretch, well, and really his whole career. You're right. And,
even before, his body
I was going to say before
numbers were
before it was
huge.
evident that he was becoming, it was on PEDs. Absolutely, in his fielding. I mean, he was like a multiple Golden Glove winner.
Right. A 9-time Gold Glove.
Right.
I think, or something
So
like that.
yes, he was one of the best players we've probably ever seen before, and that's what always pissed me off about Bonds, though. And again, I agree, he was awesome to watch. It was fun to watch, but he didn't even need to do it. Like, it was almost like he was hell-bent on being the home run leader and the home run king, and he didn't need to do it. He would have been a Hall of Famer anyway.
And those last couple of years when he was either walking or hitting home runs, when he the most feared hitter I'd ever seen. Now that, I guess, fine, I'll give you those last few years, but he was a Hall of Famer before that.
Yeah.
He was the best player I ever saw before that, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Again, if McGuire or Sosa don't get in, even though Sosa was a cup, I don't care, because they weren't that great. They were not great players.
They're going to be remembered for what they did for baseball. Yes,
during the steroid era.
Right, exactly.
That's it.
Right.
Bonds was an all-time
they're
great
almost the poster
five-tool
boys.
player, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
And then everybody brings up, well, Griffey didn't take roids and got hurt.
No, and
you know, he's in the Hall.
Yeah, right.
He just got elected into the Hall. He was a great player, but you know what? His body didn't hold up, so he's never going to be considered greatest ever.
Yeah.
Maybe those PEDs, well, not maybe. Those PEDs definitely allowed Bonds to play longer. They allowed Clemens to pitch at a top level for longer.
It's funny how in baseball you don't really care about rings. Like, those guys are just talked about amongst the best. Barry Bonds never got a ring, right?
No.
Yeah.
Was in a World Series, never got one.
Right.
Griffey never got one. Griffey moved around. He played for
A lot of
few
teams.
different teams.
Right.
But, again, no, rings only count if it.
You know what I mean? In
Yankees,
baseball,
yeah.
it's weird. It's weird. It's
Well, there's
weird
such
how
a
that
gap
works.
between how many
And it's
rings.
been around for so long, right? Yeah.
No, and that's never mattered because it's such an individual sport. You're on such an island when you're at the plate, and you're on such an island when you're on the mound that when we talk about
You're right.
hitters and pitchers, rings don't matter at that point.
Yes. I agree.
I
It
think-
is the more individual sport out of all of those.
Even though you look at teams like, especially the champs last year, the Royals, play such team ball. The Cubs this year play such team ball.
Yeah.
That obviously, that'll win you World Series. But then you take a look at individual statistics. I mean, you look at Rizzo right now, who's one of the league leaders in home runs and RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you look at Chris Bryant,
yeah.
league leader, you know, and not league leader, but up there in the talk. Dexter Fowler is leading in on-base
They're-
percentage. I mean, it's not even close.
Well, they're stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just go down the list with them right now.
So, I think it's World Series or bust within the next.
Without a doubt. And
1,
we
2,
were
and
talking
3
about
years,
odds
so.
and stuff last year. I mean, again, it's funny how they had this 3-year window that you keep hearing about with Theo and getting them to that place. I mean, we're in it. We're in it right now. So
I still think you think Arietta might be on it.
I don't. I really don't. I don't.
You gave the 5%.
Again, I've got to give some percentage.
I'm saying
it's
0%.
not impossible. Wow, 0. All right.
0.
All right. Well, I hope.
I
certainly
want to
hope
believe
so.
in him. I want to believe in him.
And again, I certainly hope so, because devastating if it comes out like that.
And have you read today in the news, there's apparently another high-profile player that's
has?
about to get suspended.
Really?
Yes, they haven't released the name yet, but it's coming.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Stay tuned.
If it's Arietta, breaking everything.
Call it a day. Call it a day. Right.
Calling it a day. Let us know what you think about PEDs, who you think's on them, who you think's not on them, if you even care. Because, in the NFL...
I was going to say, in the NFL and
Yeah.
other sports, it doesn't, and you never hear about it in basketball, ever. And there's got to be some guys who are abusing that.
I wonder how they test in basketball. We should find that out.
I don't think.
Yeah?
You want to smoke
I
some
know.
dope? You want to
Yeah.
take some PEDs?
I've been in the mixed martial arts world for a while, and there was a point. My brother was a pro fighter and fought for a long time. And there was a time where my brother even said to me, he's like, I would say 80% of the guys are doing it. It's most guys. You just go in expecting that the guy's doing it. And if you look at a lot of the guys who have tested positive in the UFC, in any of the major sports, there are a lot of guys on it.
Yeah.
And they're doing full blood tests now for at least the UFC. I know for sure they're using USADA for that.
Okay.
Where I know in the NFL they test for steroids.
Yep.
But they haven't agreed. The union hasn't agreed on an HGH test.
It's always stuff like that, right? It's like we're going to test one or the other with the
Right.
NFL. So, yeah.
But I think in the NFL,
And look, it's different with the NFL. I feel like, you said it was 80% of people.
Yeah.
clearly they're not testing as
No,
much
in
as-
MMA.
Oh, in MMA. Okay,
MMA.
I'm sorry.
Although I've heard 80%,
But again,
it's 50%,
yeah,
or in NFL it's 50%.
It can't be that, yeah. So there you go. And there, you don't see that many. It happens a couple guys each year, right? They get busted for it. So
Yeah.
I don't. It's certainly more rampant than they're leading on.
Okay. All right, next up, we're going to get to our top fives. This is the NBA. What could have beens.
You know.
I got a feeling I'm going to shake my head at Ryan for this one.
Well,
But it doesn't matter. We're going top fives. Hey, and again, social media. We want top fives ideas. So give us an idea for what we should come up with top fives. And it doesn't have to be sports. Don't care.
yeah, absolutely. I want to talk about other stuff.
Top five Ryan facial hairstyles.
Well, yeah.
No?
We could. But it's pretty consistent.
All right, up next, we'll get into the NBA top five. What could have been. We'll be right back.
Word.